Who is Cameron Smith for those who may just only know him as the guy with the mullet that they see on television? Walk me through him, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so Cam's a great Australian player, although was never really regarded as like one of the top, young players in Australia coming up. There's a lot of other guys that were sort of more highly regarded than he was, and he is just an unbelievable wedge player and putter, and is a very fearless dude. He won the Players' Championship earlier this year, and he did it really by basically being aggressive and going after a lot of pins, and that's kind of his MO, is he just doesn't really care too much about the sort of fear that grips a lot of golfers, and sometimes that leads to total disaster. He makes occasionally dumb decisions. He did kind of on the final hole of the Players this year. All he had to do was sort of punch out into the fairway, and he tried to hit a little more of an aggressive hook and hit it in the water, and almost ended up blowing a championship that he had sort of got fought all day to get in position for. He drives the ball kind of crooked, but he's just an artist with the putter, and really in a way that I'm not sure we've seen in the last few years. I mean, if you had a putt right now that had to go in and anybody on earth could take it, you'd probably want to pick Cam Smith to roll it in.
Well, I mean, on the back nine, Kevin, I honestly thought every time he had anything lined up, it was going in. It really the hole looked like the ocean to me. Just watching it, I can only imagine it was in his head.
I mean, it was really like watching a basketball player get on a run where it's like they're unconscious. Like Jordan throwing in all those threes in the finals, or Steph
shrugging,
doing the same thing. Like it's just he as soon as he stared over it, he wasn't going to miss. And what's crazy is that just the day before, had a lot of those similar putts and couldn't make anything. So it sort of shows you the fickle nature of putting, is if sometimes you see the line and you can judge the speed and everything is just going in, and some days you don't have it. And sorry for Rory, but, the one day that he needed, Cam Smith to be mortal, he absolutely was not.
And especially his final putt of the day, it should be noted, broke a tie that suddenly occurred because Cameron Young, his fellow Cameron, their shirts were the same, right? They had the same Titleist hat. Their names were the same. This is obviously a different haircut, a little bit different build. But, Cameron Young made that eagle again. That's the shot we were looking for from Rory to try and tie things up or make a threat or hold off Cam Smith. But instead, Smith had that putt, very makeable, obviously, which he made. Some people might even lipped it out. He just dead center cut that thing. I will never forget it. That was unbelievable. It really was.
It was really amazing to watch Cam Young hang in there. I think he wasn't really part of the narrative of the day, which is like, could Rory hold off Cam Smith? And yet Cam Young was kind of just doing. He's an amazing, I think, young player. He's certainly already sewn up like Rookie of the Year. Could have easily gotten in a playoff at the PGA Championship at Southern Hills. Drives it a mile. He's a lot of fun to watch. And I think when he rolled that eagle in, it was like, holy cow! Like, actually, this really could might not be wrapped up for Cam Smith yet. That was not like the easiest up and down through the Valley of Sin there. And yet, just like he showed on 17, like Cam Smith he gets pace and he understands like where to leave the next putt so that he can roll it in.